Oh, I forgot to check my mic. Hang on. Hello? Hey. Hi. Alright, that's good. Hey, Evil Kitty. Hey. Hey, Starshine. Hi. Nice to see the frequent viewers as always. Okay. I have finals next week and then I'm free again. Nice, nice. Yeah, best of luck to you, Evil Kitty. I hope all goes well. Hey, applesauce. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I'm drinking some of my coffee. I'll just close some of these extra tabs I have. Okay, ads are almost over. Aw, that's nice, Evil Kitty. Always good to read, you know? Always good to read. Alright, let's get everyone else here. Let me close this. Alright, we'll switch to here. And there's actually new music that I want to use for the stream, so hang on. Can't go wrong with, you know, this. I don't know why I didn't thought of this song sooner, because it's so nostalgic to everybody. Hello 14 viewers, welcome to the stream. I'm just sending the link to No, stop. Okay. Hello, 17 viewers. Oh no, sour applesauce. All right. Let me get out a reference. Alright. Clear this. Then put this here. Okay. Alright, 15 viewers, welcome to how I process drawing hands. Alright. So the best references that are great for learning how to process hand drawing, especially how each finger in each digit works. I find that most of the references that have been so helpful are old Disney animated films like the Aristocats, Sword in the Stone, Atlantis, 101 Dalmatians too, where there is so much like those movies are like so prominent with a lot of hand movement and a lot of dynamic to them. And so I recommend searching about old Disney animated films and their art reference. And also the movies are great as well, not just the animation, but just cute, just nice little stories to them. Okay. So what we're gonna do, the way I study hands, just like how I study, like how I do a lot of my art process, and how I envision something and process it into my art. Let's take a red. Take a red color. Now, I think you see most artists have this, they process the square for the palm. Now let's say you draw this, you trace out this hand as if it were a glove. Because I've seen that there's a lot of artists that do that as a rough draft. Hey Bismuth. Now we can, now you see, we got a good dissection out of this already. And we can actually start like filling in like a closed a closed, simple hand like this, we could start filling it in. Now for me, my hands are a little more complex because I tend to put like where the joints and how the joint works. So let me just, for the thumb, it does have 3. It's here and then here. And then for our longer fingers, we have 4, which is this bottom one here, and then 1, 2, 3 for all that. Now you kind of want to place the joint lines from where for her, depending on how long the finger is. Oh, Peachberry Toast is now following. Hope you enjoy this day. Ooh. Oh, 20 viewers. Hey, welcome to the art process. The more the merrier. That's how I add in like where the finger bends. Actually, if you notice, you can see it here. That Disney sort of does the same thing as well by adding these little wrinkles you see on your fingers as well, and that helps to know how each finger is bending. Let's trace one of them. Oh, this one. Yes. You kind of want to pick the one where the fingers are bending. Trace that loosely. Okay. And we take this. Now we can kind of study how the finger joints, how each finger bends. So the marking would be here, then here, here, and here. Which is another good one. Oh, here, this one. The closed fist. I love drawing the closed fist that is sort of nearly close, but it has the index finger popping out. Like that. Trace it loosely. Oh, that's cool. I like that. That's awesome. Evil Kitty, thanks for the recommendation in the chat. Now you see the joints like bend here in the fist. Okay, so we have a few of these, studies in mind. Now after that tracing, show you how I dissected everything, just learning from a few hand gestures. This is why references are great, and keep in mind you're not necessarily copying off of someone else's work, but rather you are using it to learn how to process a hand's eyes or face. You trace it, and you learn. By doing that, you learn how to do it on your own eventually. Okay, so let's zoom this a bit. 27 viewers. Oh my gosh. A lot of you really want to learn some art progress today. Okay. So, what's poppin', Madcorn? Hey, Punkster! We're doing a bit of an art study. 29 viewers. Okay. A lot of you really want to learn art today. Now, depending on whether you draw the circle or a square, it's up to an artist because everyone dissects art differently. I will do both. For me, it's actually not necessarily a perfect circle. It's a more curvature circle, so I draw a circle to a square, and then as we see that the palm kind of goes like that. Let's draw the wrist. Now for the thumb joint, we know there's the knuckle here, right? Then this is it's one, it's you can kind of count it as 1, 2, or 1, 2, and 3. So that's the thumb. Okay, let's go to the index finger. Let's go to the shorter fingers. Now for me, when I draw open palms like this, I just keep it like simple, like long rectangles. I'm gonna teach you guys how to draw a single digit in a second. And a thing that a lot of artists surprisingly make, including myself, is that the middle finger is always the longest. And you can always determine where if you want to know how you like draw these joints, right? The little markings that I add that are on your hand, you can always judge it just by looking at it. Like, okay, this line is here, this line is lower than this line is higher than that. Sometimes if it's not art references, your best references is the ones, is yourself. Like, you can look at your hand. Some people, they look at their face to do expressions, which I always think it's like such a funny such a funny process. Because I've seen artists like do exaggerated faces in the mirror or take a picture of themselves doing exaggerated face in the mirror, and hey, wacky shenanigans always help creatives, Every artist, every creative has like their own process of how they do things. Now for you, like, you see that I have like squarish nubs on the top, but you can, artists like do a curved knob at the top too. It's just that it depends on your art style. In different art styles, the hands are chunky, hands can be thin, but that's why there's not necessarily, I mean, atomically, like in an anatomy sense, there is a correct way to draw hands or to draw anything, but when you're translating it an art style, there is not necessarily a correct way, to draw hands. There people draw hands in a lot of different ways because there are different art styles. He does the stories when I read setting up from their figure. Sometimes picking up props to do so. Yeah, I love watching a lot of behind the scenes clips after a project is done and released. There's a lot of animators who post clips of their references and how they translate it into animation. I think that's so cool. I'm not sure if you went over it, but is the first example on the top level considered easier to learn hand drawing? like drawing a generic hand shape first, then detailing. Yeah, that's exactly it. You kind of want to start with the basic first, which the basic hand that people do first is the open palm gesture, and then once you're learning to get better and better, tracing through references, studying your own hand, you can start doing a lot more dynamic shapes. It's kind of a shame that Twitch doesn't necessarily have a community post feature, because I would love to be able to have the ability to post some hand references after. Have you all seen the traditional animation of Maribel from Encanto Dancing? I think I've seen it and it's really good. So, Punkster, since that you got here, I would say the best way, one of the references that I have here for studying hands are like old Disney animated films like Sword in the Stone, the Aristocats, and Atlantis, 101 Dalmatians. Those movies for me, they have like the most dynamic hand gestures. You will see if you watch clips or watch the film. You will see what I'm talking about. That there's so much hand movement in these films that's why there's so many references of these hands. Okay, anyway. So here we have a simple open palm, right? Okay, let me drink my coffee a bit. And then I see they're cartoon style, and they also rely on regular human anatomy pretty well. Let's make a comment. Go ahead and continue the lesson. Yeah, that's true. I've said it before. Like like anatomy. When you're speaking about anatomy, there is a correct way to draw hands, but even then, there's not necessarily a correct way to draw hands in an art style sense, because every art style, no matter how cartoonish or how realistic it is, they still, not only do they still apply anatomy to drawing hands, but they do it in their own way regardless of what art style it is. I remember the documentary using live animals. That's so cool. This is why references are always fundamental when it comes to drawing. References are your best friend. The Sword in the Stone, Merlin with Solo, the Harry Potter verse. Oh, and just a little bit of a tangent. References especially help a lot with, if anyone watches like Rubber Ross, the artist YouTuber. He talks a lot about how he has aphantasia, where he cannot envision anything in his head and translate it into work. A lot of it has to be heavily referential, because anytime he tries to like envision an image in his head, all he sees is a blank slate. And now he said that he can dream and have those vivid imagination, but when he is aware and awake, all he sees is a black canvas. Anytime someone tries to say imagine this or imagine that, right? So a lot of the art that he does and how he combats it is heavily referential. I stumbled upon a video where he's trying to challenge himself to draw things by memory, and it is in a person with aphantasia that can be super, and you have to remember drawing the character without reference. So anyone with aphantasia, that is like that is super difficult. But such a really fun video, and it's also it's also nice and informative. So people know, he is an artist who has aphantasia, but he's overcome so much because he is an amazing artist. I recommend watching Rubber Raw stuff. Redrawing past work is always nice. It's a great progression of how far your art has come. Okay. Now let's do the closed fist, which is another basic like hand movement. Now you want to draw the rectangle. Oh, I see. Wow. It is very fascinating. Okay. Close fist. Me. Okay, so mostly I draw like an extra guide rectangle here. Well, even if I can't like post my hand references at I can have this simply as a Twitch highlight, so that helps a lot. And I have a collection called Art Stuff, so people can always go back to my drawings. Because I haven't talked about this in a while, that apparently people learned a lot from my work by visual learning, which means that a lot of people watch my time lapses over and over again, or watch my animatics over and over again, and that's how they learn. And I always find that really fascinating, because I'm a visual learner too. A lot of the times, written descriptions, written instructions, or someone just sometimes someone talking for long periods of time is hard for me to process art properly. And so how I was self-taught as an artist was through a lot of cartoons, because I've grown up with cartoons ever at such a young age, like from 3 to 5, because that's the same era where I also started drawing, and that has helped me like ever since. Do you think you can post this on? Is that different? Yeah, I can post it on the community page. Well, let's see how much I can fill up the space. The Sleeping Beauty film is very visually pleasing. That's a good example as well. There's reportedly a spectrum for this like everything else. So some people have limited visual imagination, and it only happens for memories and only for the description is incredibly detailed, or maybe there's no three-dimensionality or animation to it. They can manipulate imagined images and something in between some of these. Oh, yeah, very good explanation, Starshine. Now, just as a frame of reference, the thumb always like a thumb in a closed fist typically goes over the index finger. Now you see it's mostly like very squarish, and you don't have to like trace out, you know, the joints necessarily, because if you close your fist like that, or actually wait, okay, you can see a bit of the joints like right here. If you like close your fist like right now and face it towards your face, you hold it exactly like you see it in what I'm drawing, and you can see how the knuckles are pointing as well. So we'll make these little curvatures. Hey, mine is apparently really dynamic, but not the strongest. I got 3D and manipulative imagination that can be, but aren't persistent if I conjure them. Struggle to be exact. Oh, interesting. Maybe that's my case similar. I have a very vivid imagination of what I want in my head, and it's harder to execute it. I say that it's harder to execute it, but then there would be like how I talk about like sometimes planned projects. They finish slower, and then when it's something like this, like something on the spot, like oh I'll just doodle this, I'll just doodle that, just letting the mind flow, things get finished way faster. So that's what I learned, to put a mantra in my head that not everything has to be planned or overanalyzed. Just go with what your mind is. Just sort of go with what your mind is telling you to do. Don't overthink it. Just trust what, kind of like trust what you are drawing, you know, in a sense. Okay, so imagining a piece of 3D geometry is more accurate and stuff than if I just imagine a 3D rotating cube on its own. I see. Now explaining how I draw fingers. Now in my art style, a lot of my fingers, the fingers I draw tend to be pretty chunky rectangle. Now the way I process this is like it's like connecting each rectangle together like this and linking them up. That's how I imagine when I look at my finger and bending it. It's kind of like a long, slim rectangle, and then drawing the little joints, the parts where they're bending. Good business said, I'm one of those people who listen to a song and imagine some kind of video and edit it perfectly. I can also pick out songs and see something really. Oh, that's always so fun, you know? This is why I love music too. It can be distracting, but this is why I really love music, because you can like it, especially when you find one that translates the characters perfectly. It's like you're having a whole moment with yourself because you're imagining a whole music video or a whole like animated short, and then you're like, oh my god, I am seeing God. Like, I want to do that, but how? It's so much work. Anyone, this is why anyone who can do anyone who can do animatics with music are like such geniuses, because I have done it before, but it's so hard. It's so much harder than using a simple goofy, like a goofy Game Grumps audio. All right. So now that we have that little study, I'll demonstrate to you my process of drawing hands. So here we go. I'm just gonna draw random hand poses. Okay, hang on. Let me restart my internet just a little bit, so it's going to be a bit goofy, but the frame rates dropping are kind of concerning me, so let's do this real quick. Okay. Alright. I don't want anything to be too delayed. Could I write an entire series about the lyrics of Touchstone and Telephone Melody and go perfectly without rough characters? Whoa, that's so cool. Video essays, yeah. For me, when I try to draw my own characters, I have to find a song that matches with the character. Oh, do you guys like... If any of you use Spotify, I have 3 playlists, 3 playlists I've made for 3 characters from my own story. And it's so much fun. I remember spending hours just finding perfect music for them. I should do that again. And maybe share them with you guys. Alright, let's draw some hands. Okay. I like when I do like a warm-up like this, drawing hands. I like doing the most dynamic poses. Yeah, let me redraw that again. Actually, let me pick another pose first. I like drawing the hand facing down. Oh, cool. Okay, that's one. Oh, here, let me add the joints so you guys can, guys can reference that easier. I hope that my explanation does help you guys, because I'm not exactly the best at explaining things. I think I'm better at, like, you know, demonstrating like this. This is my favorite hand to draw too. Like the palm pointing up. I think it was really good, and especially with the explanation and demonstration combo. Aw, yeah. Thanks, Starshine. I'm honestly really happy to hear that. That I can somewhat be a good teacher. Okay. Okay, that's 2. I'm gonna just go crazy with how many hands I can draw until, like, when do we do Hades? It's 9:50. Wow, it's still pretty early. It's not even an hour yet. I'm gonna keep drawing as much hands as I can until 11. Oh, okay, I see. Just got back from ceremony is what I miss. Oh, not too much. Just, you can always watch back the VOD if you did miss anything. Right now, I'm just drawing just a lot, a lot of hands, and then saving, and I'm gonna save it and post it on the YouTube forum, on the YouTube community. I'm gonna post it in the YouTube community feature, so people can, like, download it or something. I love. Oh my god, yes, this is my favorite way to draw hands too, and you guys can see that you can have this art reference, and then you guys can, like, watch the highlights side by side. I think that would really help too. But you can see I kind of, like, draw this. If the hand is a little more 3D-ish, a little more 3D dimensional, I draw this. I think you've seen a lot of artists do it too. Because this little rectangle is where all the fingers go. Noise and got some good cute news. Squeal and say, oh, I like cute news. I love cute news. Got a new puppy that is blue-eyed husky, and she's 3 months old. But get this, her name is Nala. Oh, that's so cute. I love huskies. Huskies are so pretty. So as you can see, I think a lot of you guys, if you've seen my animatics as, like, reference, I love drawing dynamic hands like this a lot. I'll do my best to give you guys the most dynamic hand gestures so that you can properly study them. Foxy Galactic, hey! You can watch the VOD back later. Anyone who's dropping in, there has been a whole art process of how I draw hands, and you know me explaining, and now we're just like trying to fill in a page as much as possible with hands, and I'll post it in the YouTube community feature, and this will be saved as a highlight, so you guys can always go back to it. Actually, let me make sure I'm saving this. Okay, hand references. There we go. If you guys like really enjoy videos like this, and it's like a huge demand, we'll definitely go more complex, like learning different dynamic poses, and me explaining and me doing a lot of references and demonstrations like this. Here's another hand that I really like. It's when the hand is like crazy clenching. This one is such a this one used to be like such a difficult you know, hand to like wrap my head around. JoJo poses. Oh, the JoJo poses are like so dramatic. I love them. Any dramatic poses send them my way. That's good. Me and Jubilee were talking about you and your art yesterday, and since I mentioned your stream and we were both like your arts and how reliable you could be to ask for help on drawing, mentioning this since you're keeping this part of you. Oh, that's really sweet. Oh. I'm glad I could be of some help. Hands are hard to draw. Makes me perish every time. Yeah. Actually, you know, my worst enemy when it comes to like drawing was not necessarily hands. It was fucking noses of all things. I hated drawing noses, bro. That's why for a long time I've drawn characters without without noses. And now it's like, now it has become like one of my favorite things to draw ever, because I love drawing faces now. Oh god, yeah, this is still such a challenging hand to draw at times, like. It feels nice because not only am I, you know, passing down, you know, what I learned to you guys, but I'm also, you know, learning never stops. So I'm also learning as I go through my art progress with you guys. Right now, when it comes to art, backgrounds are like my worst enemy. I don't know how people comprehend, like, I don't know how people are like background artists. I've seen like the craziest backgrounds that people can do, and I'm like, oh my god, I wanna do that. Because setting is so fundamental in when telling a story. I hope to get better at like drawing backgrounds one day. Actually, there's a here. I'll show you guys one. There was this background that I was commissioned to do, and I was so happy with how it came out. Because not only did this person commission me to draw one of my favorite couples. Yeah, exactly. And there's always room. The learning never stops. There's always a learning curve everywhere you go, and no matter what creative medium you are in. And so there is always room for improvement. Here, I'll show you. This is the hands and feet or backgrounds that I need to improve on. Yeah. I also want to get better at doing perspective. The drag art that I've made is especially the one of Mondo is the one I'm most proud of. Like when you guys have seen me do a like simple perspective, I'm so proud when I get the freaking pose right. Here's a background that I'm so proud of. Cause if there's something I love about doing backgrounds, is painting it. Like having to like sketch out how the background is gonna look is the part that is so challenging for me. But when I get to freaking color it, I am so proud of myself. I especially have not painted a background like this in such a long time. And when I have the opportunity to do so because someone commissioned me, I will say that my favorite backgrounds are doing the sky because I love blending different colors to make the sky very like dynamic and using colors for the sky that fits, the setting. And like I said, using references for anything you want to improve on helps a lot. So I've looked up so many references on what background to use for this commission and just kind of learning to dissect it from there. Dissecting the trees, dissecting the color used in the Owl House background concept. They use such beautiful colors, bro. That helps a lot as well. Okay, let's go back here. Okay, a bit of an improvement. I feel like hands where the fingers are way more spread out are still challenging for me to draw, but we got it. We got it. There you go. Add another one to the pile. Okay. What I need to work on is non-stiff poses, muzzles, various body proportions, shading, lighting, and color. The list goes on. Well, like I've said to a lot of my viewers, a lot of my followers, is that you do not strive, practice never makes perfect, but rather practice always makes better, because striving for perfection when it comes to art is going to is going to break you. Like striving for complete perfection and complete 100% originality is going to break your soul. So it's best that you learn now that perfectionism, toxic perfectionism, is overrated, and that 100% originality does not exist because ideas and concept always come from somewhere and originate from somewhere. There is always a huge possibility that you could be sharing an idea with someone simultaneously in a whole other, in a whole other plane of existence. All right, ads are starting, so I'm not gonna talk over it. And we're back. Oh no, Starshine. But yeah, like I said, no idea is completely original. And that's okay because ideas in concept of ideas always come from somewhere, and there's always a possibility that someone that two people can think of a very similar idea and concept simultaneously at the same time in two different parts of the world, or like Punk said, in a whole different dimension. Now that's not to say ideas can simply be stolen. It's just that the concept of ideas anyone could have think it, anyone can come up with it. A lot of people can come up with very similar ideas. Took a look at it from yesterday or something, Mr. Sakura. It's very lovely in your art style. Oh, thanks, Colette. I waited too long to try to practice the ones that you're doing right now, and it's above my pay grade right now. But also my brain won't let me do it otherwise. I'm also is upset anyways. Aw. I don't like it when your brain upsets you. But you know, I feel like a lot of people who are in the creative field, our brains are the meanest to each other. This is why I love the whole idea of, you know, people talk about reinventing the wheel. Like, you take something that you know and kind of put a little put your own little twist in it. That's why, like, you know how this is why people always have a favorite tropes of characters that never go old. Like, some feel like a cliche, but some are just like, a classic. Because that's a good example of you can have like the same, you can always write a character that people already know of, and they will still love it because you have put your own twist and your own pizzazz, into that character. And that's why you see the dynamics I love so much that never gets old for me are male characters that are tough guy with a soft interior, because people like depict them in different ways. Oh god. Why did I make this hand so hard to draw? Hold on. Let me redo this. I love drawing sassy hands, as you can see. Okay, sometimes if it helps when you're not sure how the digits work yet, so you just lightly draw a guide and then fill in the thickness after, if you're satisfied. Okay. Hang on. Don't mind me putting like random ass nail polish on some of these hands, because I think it's just become instinct now that I put it on a lot of characters. Look, black nail polish is, black nail polish pops off, There we go. Got it. You always want to start with the basic first, and then when you want a bit more of a challenge, you can keep doing go for like dynamic hand gestures. Oh, this actually feels a bit too long. There we go. Yeah, okay. Nice. Nice. Always good to draw and learn how to draw varying body types. Here we go. Goes. Okay, let me give you guys something more. I'll give you like very like dynamic hand poses, but I'll give you guys something more simple along the lines as well. Can never go wrong with the open palm, closed, open palm with the fingers more together. Then draw the joints. Okay, we can have like the wrist like this. Nice open palm. Oh man, you know, doing stuff like this, you know, it makes you. It's always nice when This is something I should do more often before I draw any piece, because it helps. It really helps to do warm-ups. If you feel like you're having, especially if you feel like you're having brain fog executing something, it's always great. It also exercises your hand. And also make sure, like this is like basic protocol, always make sure you're exercising your joints, your fingers. You stretch them out. You know, little hand exercises if you feel like the need to. And especially if you have joints that sort of, you know, ache after a while like me. And I think this goes without saying, make sure you're not breaking your back like some fucking gremlin. Like me. That's why I'm like getting like a proper stand for my screen tablet, so I can have my because usually my screen tablet is facing, you know, diagonally, it's slanted, rather than it is put completely face down on the desk. I like having it like diagonal. But right now it's not facing towards me like up front like completely. So I'm getting like a proper stand that not only I can move my screen tablet up and down or closer to me, I can have my back straightened as I'm drawing. Okay. Let's do this. I forgot to mention, like, for a closed open palm like this, it helps to draw sort of a mitten as a guide. We need Papa's posture check. Redeem. Thinking about getting drawing tablet with a screen someday. I have that. It's a tablet right now. Oh! Okay. If you are looking for a screen tablet that's not only affordable, but also is high in quality, I really recommend XP Pen. I'll pin it. I will pin the. I'll pin the link. Because I cannot recommend this I cannot recommend this company and product enough. Okay. Yeah, these are all the display tablets. There's like a second generation tablet that they have. And it's amazing. Right now I have the Artist Pro 16. I suggest if you can save up. Yeah, I think the screen tablet too. So any affordable thing. Mine is the XP Pen Star. Yes! Yes, yes, Punkster, yes! XP Pen is dope! Okay, here. Let me pin that. I would suggest getting like the newer versions of their screen tablet because they have XP Pen Squad, let's go. I would suggest getting I would suggest getting their newer, their newer and updated like tablets if you save up enough, money for that, because they have my Artist 6 Pro 16 has the X3 Smart chip, which makes strokes in lines way more concise than their older stylus. And I think their screen tablets are also getting getting more metallic and more slimmer, so that it lasts longer than the older tablets that they have. I've honestly never been disappointed with XP Pen. I mean, Heian tablet that my grandpa got me either on my birthday. Oh, Heian tablets are also great. They're also, I would say, they're second in place with affordable tablets. Yes. Bro, don't get me started. Like, when you're introduced to XP Pen tablets, and then you compare that with a bigger studio like Wacom, and you're like, and then you're just like, you have this huge realization. Bro, Wacom is so goddamn expensive. Even with this basic drawing tablet, it is so expensive. And I've heard that they've been getting more mixed reviews than good ones. But yeah, if you do want affordable like tablets that still have such high quality caliber, I recommend bookmarking XP Pen products. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hands, damn. Yeah, webcam was a very common name in my tablet research, but always heard mix this and mix that. It was like 60% positive, if anything. I can't wait to get a damn job so I can afford stuff like this. I'll definitely binge on this. Nice. I do hope you get a good job and invest in art products. You got my full support, man. You got my full support for, you and Jubilee. Okay. I haven't done like the pointy finger. And I'm blessed to have it. Aw, yay! Okay, that's another one. I like drawing like the shadow under like when there's like closed fingers like this. Draw another poem like this, but imagine like it's on sort of flat on a desk. I'm also trying to find the cell shading. Oh, cell shading, yeah. When I get better at animation, you know what? My goal is to be able to do, choreographed fighting sequences, because I have been, for some reason, like I keep watching like Arcane, not just for fun but like as a study in a sense, and I've been just so into like animated fight sequences lately, and I hope to achieve something like that one day because it's so freaking cool. There's also these videos, I'm not, whether you guys may have watched it or not, I've watched these videos of experts dissecting mainstream media, and I got to watch like a martial artists react to Sleeping Dogs fight sequence, and it's so fun. It's so fun to watch. Not so. It's so fun to watch them react to how brutal um Sleeping Dogs fight style is, but also how it has dirty martial arts accuracy to it, and they sometimes they even recreate the moves, some of the moves from Sleeping Dogs, and it's so fun to watch. I think I remember seeing that video some time ago. Was years. Oh, I'll give it a rewatch. Hell yeah, Castlevania animation. Oh my god, Castlevania. I need to watch Castlevania because the animation looks so good, and I know dang diddly squat about Castlevania. But somehow, you know, like I don't remember, I don't grow up with stuff like Castlevania, but the music is so memorable to me. Like a lot of game music that I hear is so memorable to me, regardless whether I grew up with the franchise or not. Cause it's that iconic, you know. Okay. Let's see. Still have time to draw a few more. Let's do a close fist. Hey Hattey, is it okay to share that one automatic link again if you need a break? Oh sure, sure. Thank you. We gotta start Sleeping Dogs soon, so I can watch it before opening up the game. Oh wait, that's not correct. Sometimes if you feel like you're lost in a dynamic hand pose, you just close your fists. The lines don't meet the knuckles, so they're just kind of like here. Then you just draw the knuckles on top. Sometimes I always forget that. And I guess depending on how you close your, depending on how you close your fists, the thumb overlaps on the index finger, or it's down, or it rests under the under the index finger. Okay, another one. Make this a little bigger. Oh wait, no. It's actually the right side. There we go. Now we do another pointed finger, but it's a bit more in a different perspective. Also, if you have a tablet and when you have a tablet and you have pen pressure, feel free to experiment how thick and thin the lines are when you put pressure on them. If you feel like you have to be pressing too much just to get thick lines, you can always keep adjusting it until it's to your liking. Because that's what I've been doing every now and then. If I feel like I have to change, if I feel like I have to change the settings of my pen pressure. Okay, and then it's still fine. And then it's still okay. Good to know, good to know. Hopefully when I get a much newer and better Wi-Fi router, the internet will transmit better. Okay. It's also cool doing sketches like this and finding ways to place them. Nice. Oh, hang on. Let me check something real quick. Oh, there's an art room. You can put it there. Media sharing is usually for videos or links and stuff. The art room is at the Joy of Creation. I don't know which. I also don't know which Discord are you talking about. Jubilee has an art section in her Discord too. Just under art. Oh, okay. just double checking. make the finger spread a little wider. I put in both. Yay! Nice. I'll go check it out in a bit. How much time do I have left? Okay. Oh no. Man. I don't know if you guys heard that, but there's drilling going on early in the morning. It doesn't happen a lot, but someone's making something upstairs, I think. Okay. Let's do the pointed finger again, but more 3D-ish. Want me to tell them to stop? Yeah, sure. Sure, buddy. If you can. What you gonna do? Okay. Give me their email address and phone number, please. What the fuck? Ah, nope. Wii Music do go burr. I love Wii Music. Drawing it in this perspective can be difficult. Okay, I think we got it though. Oh, cool. Ah, jeez, come on. There we go. Thinking. Miss having the Wii to give it away. Oh, I like the concept of the Wii. Nah, nope. Oh, okay, okay. Kind of similar to the other bent wrist one, but the fingers are more together. Go. Oops, wait, why am I erasing it by accident? Nice. The boxing, I never lost to that one. Too much BB to lose at boxing. Here we go. Okay, I have more to fill in. Right now, I'm imagining like this as the whole sheet. I just need to add a few more. Oh, that's a good funny scenario. Already, I kind of imagined in my Danganronpa Hopeyu, they have a lot of game nights, and it gets super chaotic real fast. And I think this goes without saying that that not a lot of people can beat Chiaki, considering she's the ultimate gamer. Actually, let me draw this because I have not drawn hands that apply. I've not drawn a pose that applies both hands. This is a pose that I love doing as well. You guys will see in a sec. Oh, yep, this one's a tough one to illustrate. Oh. Yeah, this is a tricky one. hold on. I think I know a better angle to do this. I think you guys can see what I'm trying. I'm trying my best to do here. Oh my. Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of artists like just draw the one hand and then copy paste it so that it has like perfect symmetry. But I'm trying to learn how to do it without doing that. Oh my. I've done this pose before. It's just difficult to wrap my head around. Yeah, true. Oh boy. Okay, wait. And I wanna be able to get this pose right so you guys can learn how to do it as well. I'm like pressing my hands together like that so I know, so I sort of know how it works. Okay. So depending on the angle, not all the fingers are shown. I think this sort of side view-ish is easy to understand. Okay, join the thumb first. Let's join the thumbs first. Helps to go, you know, joint by joint. Actually, yeah, that's the best way to describe it, Punkster. The evil lord pose. Yeah, it has all the fingers shown. It depends on the angle and how you pose your hands. Like if the fingers are more spread out in a perspective, then yeah, it shows all the fingers. But if you have your hands pressed like upright, kind of open palm, like kind of open closed fingers palm-ish. Okay, let's trace it like a mitten first. That'll help. Whoa. Dragon Pro 1427 is now following. Hope you enjoy the stay. Ooh. Okay, I think we got the image. We got the image. For tomorrow's stream, we'll try to be there. Have a good rest. Hey, you take care, Punkster. Thank you for joining the stream as always. What kind of t-shirt? Okay. Can have a guideline, have a line in the middle, so I know where the fingers meet. Okay, kind of got the image going. Oh yeah, stay tuned to the ads, guys. Almost forgot. Okay, so this is like, yeah, okay, we sort of got it. This is from a whole other perspective. In some perspectives, the fingers would be spread out more. This one, I'm going by like how I'm gesturing my hands. Okay, can do a few more. Still do a few more. Let's try to do another another pose with both hands. I think you guys know where I'm getting at with this one. The heart, yeah. Cause this is the one. This is I used to have difficulty drawing this type of hand pose. Okay, we'll put it here. Just put it a little closer. Oh, thanks, Starshine. Okay, I think we got... Okay, we got this one done. This one I'm more proud of than the other one. It's a little bit more easier because the fingers are close together. I like adding a bit of shadow, depending. Give it more dimension. Nice. Okay, last one. Oh boy. Evil Kitty, if you're still there, this is gonna be the last hand drawing until I watch that animatic you showed me. So feel free to post it again in case it got lost in the messages. How do the other heart one? I think you guys know where I'm getting at. I think you guys are also seeing, like, depending on how tightly you close your fist, it's not necessarily it's not necessarily rectangle. The fingers like kind of come together at this area, if that makes sense. Kind of curved. Yeah. Actually, a little more bent. So it's closer, makes sense closer to the thumb. There we go. Hey, another one. Another heart shape. Okay. Woo! Oh, my hands, bro. Wow, okay. A lot of good ones. Nice. Okay, we found a good way to stop. I'll make sure to notify you guys when I've posted it publicly. And I'll be sure to share the highlight as well on the YouTube community post. See you guys, once I split the stream, divide the stream into highlights. Okay, hang on. I'm looking for the link. Realize Papa Hand Preference Pack. Yay! There we go, I found it. Yay! Okay. Okay, I'm gonna exit some stuff. Theater mode. We get the window open. There we go. Yay. Let's full screen it. Nah. Full screen it.
Tyler. What do you think cheese racing is?
All right, cheese racing.
What do you think cheese racing?
I think so. When I think of cheese racing, I think you take a thing of cheese, which I imagine is a wheel, because cheese comes in wheels and historically has been that way. You roll
Oh my
it
god,
and
I
run
love the
down the hill with
animation.
it, and you have to both the cheese and you cross a finish line.
Okay, fascinating idea. Completely wrong. So silly. All right, close your eyes.
All right.
You, a starving medieval peasant.
I'm very hungry. And
so hungry. But you love your
obviously
lord.
on the streets.
You're
My
an
lord.
English peasant.
He gives me a piece of copper every once in a while.
English peasant.
My lord. Give me a piece of copper so I can feed my family.
Peasant. Peasant.
I'm a poor peasant.
You wouldn't speak that nice if you were a peasant.
I'm a poor peasant. Could you spare a copper piece for me? My lord.
I said poor, not diseased.
I don't please, I want food, Lord.
Oi, gov!
Oh, I got now. Give me the food, all right.
Okay, you see in front of you a wheel of cheese, right?
I steal it. I'm just grabbing it and running with it.
Hold on. Okay, all right, that's good.
You said I'm
stealing
starving
it. Yeah, okay, you steal it and run. Okay, you run up, there's a hill in front of you, and you're running up the hill. But the sheriff is after you.
Oh, no.
Stole the cheese!
Oh my god.
You filthy diseased peasant!
No, if I come back at you,
suffer
you'll
for
just
that.
kill me. I'm gonna... My cheese.
What part of England is he from? All I know is sounds
I'm
weird.
from the poor part, the part that doesn't get food.
And so you run up to the hill. Your name is Cooper, right?
Yeah, all right,
Run
I'm
up
Cooper.
to a hill, okay? It's a steep hill near Gloucester.
Did I say? Well, say it again. Say it again.
Gloucester.
Gloucester.
Gloucester. Gloucester. Run up this hill, and they're about to catch you. But you know the law back and front because you aren't dumb. You know
I'm just poor.
You know that if you are in possession of the cheese at the time of capture, then you are liable for the crime. You are being illegal. But thinking quickly, you realize you're on a hill. And if you get the cheese a minimum of 100 yards away from you, which is what the law dictates what that cheese has to be away from you for you not, it'd be impossible to get the crime, you see an opportunity. Because you know that this hill that you're on is exactly the slope, the hypotenuse of the slope is exactly 101 yards away. You see that the sheriff is behind you. He's a portly fellow. He's huffing and puffing, and you have only a certain amount of time to get it down. So you, thinking quickly, hurl the cheese as fast as you can down the hill, and it makes it. Just as the sheriff, hey, where's that? You stop right there. And you're like, where?
I don't know why you're asking me to stop here, because I don't have any cheese. I
my God.
in possession of stolen materials.
Well, you talk real funny, but you show me where that cheese is, or I'm gonna
I love how slanted the mustache is.
Well, you're gonna slap me in irons, are you? But
Oh dear God.
no, I ain't got no cheese on me.
You talk smooth, do you? Well then, wait a minute. How'd that cheese get all the way to the bottom of the hill?
I think a bird might have grabbed it.
Then wouldn't it be up in the air?
It seems like it was a pretty big, heavy wheel of cheese, so the bird must have lost control of it and dropped it down the hill.
You rolled that cheese, didn't you?
Come on, look at me. Do I look like that brightest fellow
What
to
the
be able to roll cheese?
Damn, you got me. And that is cheese rolling.
Nice. Oh my God. Oh my God, amazing. That is such a beautiful animation. Oh my God. Thank you, Evil Kitty, for showing us that. Thank you. That was beautiful. That was brilliant. Oh, okay. One more clip. The British accent got worse. Okay, one more and then... Ah, shit. Wait, no. No, it's opening up the other server. Wait. No. Okay. Tyler canonically has an animator's handle as a trans. That's so funny. What? Okay, one more. Okay. Let me copy paste it. God damn it. Okay. Hang on. It's not. Okay. Copy, and then paste. Nice. Alright, hang on. Let me just make sure. I have to move everything now. There we go.
Dares not to kill you and eat you, Belmont.
And that I decided against scotting you, flaying you, and turning you into shoes, a la carte.
Such a merry band we are. I will find us a covered wagon and horses if you two can manage not to kill each other while I'm gone.
Oh, please. We're not children.
He shouldn't die.
Yes, fuck you.
The fuck he took me out of it. I don't know why.